for a basic economy product, this feels anything but basic. The drinks trolley is on its way down the aisle. There's free beer, wine and liquor for anybody who's over 21. Cheers. Hello from Dublin Airport Terminal 2. I'm Patrick from thisisPlanetPatrick.com. Today I'm flying with JetBlue on what might be one of the cheapest routes across the Atlantic. I'm travelling on the basic Blue fare, which is, I think, the cheapest of their cheapest options. But what's included, what's not included? We're going to explore everything today, from check-in, boarding, what's available on board, all the comforts and joys that's promised by JetBlue on this transatlantic flight. Today I'm using a mixture of points and cash, which is a very good way of keeping the costs down with JetBlue. Who knew that JetBlue flew outside of the US? Now today I'm not checking in any bags, I'm just taking the 2 permitted carry-ons. But let's have a quick look at check-in to see how busy it is. It's at check-in areas 12 to 15. I just called by the check-in desk to find out about seat selection. That was something which was kind of different to me. In the spirit of keeping this flight cost as low as possible, I didn't pay extra for seat selection. If you're going on this flight in economy, you can pay everything from $12 for a center seat. If you want to pre-select a center seat, why you'd want to do that, I don't know. An aisle or window seat runs from $27 to $29, or some of the even more seats run up to $201 for this one-way flight across to JFK. If you're flying in Mint, that's a whole different cost. I decided not to prepay, and I was assigned a window seat randomly at the point of check-in. Now, I did wonder if you went to the check-in desks, if you could ask for that to be changed. I've just spoken to a member of staff there, and they said, no, you can't, you can still pay. So whatever you're assigned if you're keeping it on economy. All right, time to head through security. All flights to the US depart from Dublin Airport's Terminal 2, and security is 2 flights up from check-in. If you have a fast track pass, you need to go to the left of the main security entrance here. The thing which is really fantastic about flying from Dublin Airport to the US is that there's US preclearance here. That means that you arrive in the US when you get off your flight as a domestic passenger. That's because all of the customs and immigration work takes place here. I have a separate video about US preclearance at Dublin Airport and the benefits of global entry. A link is in the video description. Today's aircraft for the flight across to New York will be on board an Airbus A321, unless something unusual happens. Kind of a bold move for a transatlantic route. I think most of us prefer a wide-body flight for these longer routes. This should be about 7 hours, something like that. So let's see how it stacks up. No check-in or bag drop for me. I'm travelling with hand luggage only. My preferred way to travel. I came through US pre-clearance in less than 5 minutes. It was very fast. JetBlue's flying the A321 long range on this particular route. And that's interesting because it is a narrow-body aircraft. Expect to see 24 Mint suites up front and 114 even more and core economy seats down the back. Narrow body means faster embarkation and disembarkation, or deplaning as they now call it. I'm showing my age there. But will it feel cramped for over 7 hours of a flight? A note of caution about notifications that come through from JetBlue. Yesterday evening I got an email from them saying that there was a really strong risk that our flight today would be delayed due to thunderstorms in the northeastern US, which would affect our incoming flight, which was coming from Boston to Dublin. As it turned out, the incoming flight actually departed early and arrived early here in Dublin, so I don't expect there will be any delay today. But if you had received that email and you were concerned, you might have rebooked your flight, and that wouldn't have been sensible on this particular occasion.
Would you mention any passengers travelling on AA725 to Charlotte?
Okay, that's not me. So I'm on flight 354, and it's boarding behind me at gate 405, which was just outside the 51st and Green Lounge, which is very handy.
A, B, C, or D on your boarding pass?
I booked Basic Blue, which means I'm Group F, which is like the last one. I checked on the JetBlue website. I think there's 11 potential types of people who can board, including Mint and Mosaic members, that kind of thing. And Group F is the 10th of 11. 11 is like basically anybody else who's kind of forgotten, so. Hi, how are you? Sorry, I'm holding 10 things at once as usual. Can I help in any way? Are you looking for the final date?
You wouldn't have been able to get into this area without it, so...
Morning. Nice to see you again. Okay to come aboard? Thanks. How are you today?
How are you?
Good. You'll see that the mint seats here at the front of the plane are divided neatly from the cheaper seats down the back by a central block that houses the pantry on the left and a toilet on the right. The economy cabin is further divided into so-called even more seats with their orange piping, preferred seats which are behind even more but ahead of the plain old core seats where I'm sitting today. So everything's in a 3-3 layout as expected on board. It's absolutely boiling. We had a bit of a drama at the gate in terms of my ESTA visa not being recognised. In fact, they made me re-download it there and then. But we could make that process a little friendlier.
Hey, good morning, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome aboard JetBlue Airways flight number 354 with non-stop service to New York's John F. Kennedy International. We thank you so much for choosing to fly with us today. After you are situated, please do reach forward and touch your TV screen. At that point, you can follow the on-screen instructions to place your lunch order. It's a choice between two options. One is vegetarian, one is not. There's no need to place any beverage orders on the TV screen. We will be coming through with carts once we are at our cruising altitude.
Before someone comes and sits in the middle, I'm going to quickly reflect on a few of the key features of this seat. JetBlue advertises the most room in coach with a 32-inch pitch. There's a 10.1-inch HD touchscreen. They did advise us in advance to bring our own headphones with a 3.5mm jack. There's power at every seat. There's USB-A in the screen, and then there's a plug socket below. It's all pretty easy to reach, I think. And then there's air right up there. The headrest is fully adjustable, though designed for a shorter person than me. And they promise that for window seats like this, that they're shoulder friendly. So you still have room for your shoulder. It's not sort of pitching in on top of you and making it feel uncomfortable. And I can tell you, that's true. It feels quite roomy here, as roomy as premium economy is in certain other airlines. This being a flight to the US, the window blinds are all closed. We'll be opening that up for takeoff. Just to reiterate, this seat was randomly allocated, which is part of JetBlue's basic blue rules. I did get lucky by getting a window. For a basic economy product, this feels anything but basic. The overhead bins seem particularly roomy. They do encourage people to put their wheelie bags in only, and then take your backpack underneath your seat. Apparently, if there is room when everyone else is boarded, you can put your backpack up top. So this cabin is part of the Airspace by Airbus design, meant to feel more like a wide body in a narrow body A321. The bins are bigger, the lighting's smarter. It's certainly quite dramatic, the LED lighting in here. And there's better airflow, and I can attest to that. I've put on the air. It's feeling good.
Good morning, ladies and gentlemen, from Flight Deck. My name's Mike. I'll be your captain on today's flight, assisted by Rick up front. Flight time today is 7 hours and 5 minutes. We're expecting a mostly smooth ride. About halfway across, there's some expected bumps, but we'll make you aware of those. So pay close attention to seatbelt sign when it is on. Once we get into New York, it's not too bad. A little bit of light rain when we get there. Some good Irish weather going into New York today. On behalf of the entire crew, welcome aboard.
The drinks trolley is on its way down the aisle. There's free beer, wine and liquor for anybody who's over 21. The coffee is from Dunkin' and you get juice, soda and water. Now the fact that JetBlue offers complimentary alcoholic drinks in economy is pretty much a rarity. Now obviously that's on a transatlantic flight. I remember the time it used to be everywhere. Not anymore. Yes please, may I have a rosé? I don't know if you have any.
Have a red wine or a sparkling or a white.
Let's do the white, please. And a glass of water, if that's all right. Thank you.
Would you like ice?
Water? Sure, why not? Thank you very much. If we put a dash of red in, it'll become rosé.
I don't know about
We're not strictly meant to do that, but Cheers.
Good.
JetBlue partners with Dig, which is a catering company apparently known for its seasonal veg-heavy meals. I'm told the packaging is compostable. The cutlery is biodegradable. The menu varies, but both the options we had today were cold food. One was tofu and lentils, the other was a pasta salad, which I've gone for. Let's see what it tastes like. The pasta is first. It's okay. It came with 2 side salads. I think this has sesame oil in it, so it's nice. Carrot salad, carrot slaw, and sugar snap peas with cheese. Lots of flavour. Good. Time for a quick toilet report. Now, the design and layout of this bathroom is really quite nice. It's a lot bigger than you'd expect. It has all the usual amenities like a sink, hand towels, tissues, and on this side there's quite a capacious table that will fold down for changing babies, as well as, of course, the toilet itself and a useful handrail. But that signature blue is what makes it very noticeable, as well as these toilet seat covers. I think there's nothing like the map. It's the only thing I want to watch on the IFE. But we seem to have picked up some time, which is quite good, now reading as being en route and on time, after a short delay in our takeoff time. We're about an hour and 20 minutes until our scheduled arrival into New York, although there might be a slight delay of about 10 minutes. They've just announced a second service, which is largely a drink service, with a small snack being served of a tomato and pesto wrap. I have to say that doesn't entirely sound appetizing unless it's heated, and I suspect it's not. Maybe it'll be a revelation. Thank you very much.
Something to drink.
The iced water. Thank you very much. It is cold and kind of soft.
The local time is 2:03 p.m. For your safety, please keep buckled up and keep carrying on items. Check bags will be available at carousel number 3. We hope you enjoy the JetBlue experience. If you receive an email survey about your trip, we'd love to get your honest feedback. On behalf of all of us here at JetBlue, especially this New York City-based crew, thanks again for choosing us. If liquid members, please prepare for arrival.
Thank you so much. You were great.
Thank you.
Bye-bye. And just like that, after 7 hours and some moderate turbulence over the mid-Atlantic, we're here in JFK on, I think, the cheapest flight I've taken on this route in a long, long time. Let's go over the details. The headline price for this Blue Basic ticket on JetBlue from Dublin to JFK was $300 US. I had 4,100 points left over from a flight within the US with JetBlue, and I topped that up with cash of 253 USD to make a total cost to me of 217 euros, or about £190 sterling. Remember, this does not include a checked bag, which suited me fine, though you do get 2 pieces of carry-on luggage. So on this flight, you get a roomy seat, free soft and alcoholic drinks, a cold meal and a snack. I can't say those were amazing. Free Wi-Fi, snacks from the pantry, and fast arrival thanks to preclearance. This was the cheapest direct option from Dublin to New York, whether I used points or not. And honestly, it didn't feel basic at all. If you want to save money and skip the legacy airline experience, JetBlue's Blue Basic economy fare might be the best value out there. What do you think? Thanks to US preclearance in Dublin, this was a smooth and easy experience on arrival here in JFK. No queues, no immigration kiosks, no stress. Land, walk, leave. That's exactly what I'm about to do. Thanks so much for being here for this episode of Planet Patrick from here in beautiful New York. If you haven't already subscribed, I'd appreciate it if you would right now. Until the next episode of Planet Patrick, take care. Bye-bye.